Are they cheating?
Chances are, yep, they're cheating.
But just to make sure, it's the Dave Ryan Show's War of the Roses on 101.3 KDWB.
I'm going to give you a heads up right now. The word chlamydia is going to come up on War of the Roses today.
Within seconds, it seems.
Within the first couple of minutes. And so we're talking to Carrie. And Carrie is talking about her boyfriend and a little background on your relationship with Brad. Carrie, good morning, and thanks for being on War of the Roses.
Hey, good morning.
So, what's the latest? What's going on with Brad that made you think you wanted to do War of the Roses?
So, I've been dating him for about 2 years now, and I'm pretty sure he's cheating on me because I got chlamydia. And I haven't seen anybody else, so there's no way that I got it. And he thinks I got it from like the gym or a toilet seat or something, but I'm convinced he's cheating on me.
Well, I think, I'm not a science guy, but I think the most logical explanation is usually the most accurate explanation.
Right?
But he's trying to convince you. It's like, oh, you sat on a toilet seat at the airport. Well, that's where you got it. Well, I don't know that anybody who straddles and actually puts their body stuff on the toilet seat itself.
Yeah.
So I don't think that sounds likely. But the only other answer is then he's cheating and he got it from somebody else.
Yeah, so exactly. So I basically told him that same thing, and I told him that he had to get a test done. He swore he wasn't cheating on me, but he did go get the test done, and he showed me the results, and the results said they were negative. But he does some graphic design stuff for his work, and so he's always using Photoshop. So it feels crazy to say, but I think he might have Photoshopped the results.
How did you see him? Were they on a piece of paper, or how did you see him? Did you get him emailed, or how that happen?
He showed me a screenshot. He sent me a screenshot of his email.
Yeah, see, that's suspect to me. I would say two things. One, if he had known he had chlamydia for a while, he would have potentially had time to take, because, I mean, there is like a medicine that helps clear up chlamydia. So there's something he could have taken, maybe, if he had known about it for a while, so that when he took his test to show you, it would appear negative. But the photoshopping thing, I know someone who's done that to like cover where they were.
Really?
Yeah, I know someone who did that because to cover where they were, to be at the place and location they swore they were at, they literally photoshopped vet records, like for their dog, to say, no, I swear to God, I was taking my dog to the vet at this time, and they photoshopped them. So I do know someone who has done something despicable like that, so it is possible.
Okay, well, that makes me feel way less, like, paranoid.
Well, because I think when you're paranoid, then everything becomes suspect. Then it's like you're constantly, you got your radar up, and you start looking for other things.
Exactly. And so, like, there's other stuff, like, he texts a lot, but usually when he texts people, he does voice to text. So, like, when he's talking to his mom or his brother or whatever, he'll use the voice to text feature on his phone. But I've noticed that there are sometimes when he won't do that now, and he'll just be, like, quietly typing on his phone, especially if he's on the couch next to me and I can't see what he's doing. And so, you know, now that feels crazy. I'm like, who are you talking to? And he... Like a couple of days ago, he came over and he came to bed and he had a huge rug burn on his knee. And I was like, where did that come from? And he said he fell on the treadmill. Like he looked away for a second and lost his balance and fell on the treadmill and it skinned his knee. But I feel I'm seeing all these things and I'm like, I just feel like he's cheating on me. But I don't know if I'm, you know, being paranoid or what.
I mean, all of those things alone, without the chlamydia, I would say, yeah, maybe. But with the chlamydia, it's kind of like, how would you not think that? You know what I mean?
Well, when somebody gets chlamydia, it's because they had sex with somebody else.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Maybe an asterisk that says maybe 1 in 1,000 times they got it somewhere else. I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine a situation where that you could get it from a toilet seat or from something in the gym. Like there's chlamydia on, like somebody would have to touch something, then put it on the treadmill, and then you'd, okay, so, but I have to ask you this question, 2 questions. Do you want to be in a relationship where everything is a red flag? Oh, he said he was going down to McDonald's. It really took him a long time to go down there.
Yeah.
Wait, you had two $20 bills in your wallet. Now you only have one $20 bill in your wallet. What did you spend that on? And some couples can get to that point.
It will
where
become exhausting to be like that.
everything
Yeah.
is exhausting. You don't want to do that one. And here's the other big thing I think you got to ask yourself. Is he the kind of person who would do something so freaking shady as to lie about a chlamydia test? I mean, not that it would be okay, but if he did cheat and gave you chlamydia, it wouldn't be
Yeah,
okay.
I mean-
but
No.
but he should say, "I'm sorry, I did. I cheated.
Well,
I
that's
gave you chlamydia."
yeah, that's the responsibility when you find out. One of my friends, I won't say who, she had chlamydia, and the first thing she had to do was she was told to go tell like her partners, like they have to tell them so that they have the option to go in. All her thing was like a little drink. I don't know if it's different for guys, but it was like almost like this little drink she had to drink. I don't know if it was more than once or just once, and then after a certain amount of days it was gone, because my understanding of that one, obviously like chlamydia was less severe than like others.
Oh, yeah, chlamydia is totally treatable. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, easily treatable.
Yeah.
But I remember she had to call the guy, and he was like, "Oh, I guess it could be me." And then he got tested, and he was like, "Yeah, it was me." And then he now had to call the other people he had been with.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I think some women, by the way, can be like no symptoms, asymptomatic when they have chlamydia. So you don't even know you have it some of the time.
Guys are definitely like that with chlamydia. My understanding, because like when I almost said her name, when my friend had it, she said the guy probably doesn't even know he has it. The nurse told her that, but hers was a very standard symptom of like, I think like burning when you went to the bathroom kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I told you we were going to mention that word a couple of times, and so we did. So you know what? No shame. I mean, it's very, very common, it is a pretty good sign that something's up. But here's what we're going to do: we're going to call Brad in a second, and we'll give him the ploy where we say, "Hey, Brad, it's your bank or your cable company or whoever calling, and we're going to give you a little survey, a customer satisfaction survey. And if you take the survey, we'll give you a prize. What's the prize? It's a dozen roses delivered anywhere you want to whomever you want to, with a little note attached." And that's when we'll figure out whether he wants to send roses to you, his girlfriend, or to somebody else, and what his story is going to be if he screws it up. So what do you think?
Yeah.
Is this guy lying? Is it at all possible to get chlamydia from a toilet seat or from a treadmill or from the weights at the gym or what? And what do you think of a guy who would Photoshop his own chlamydia results if that's what he really did? Call me or text me. We'll talk about that briefly before we make the phone call. Then we'll call him. Then we'll talk to Jonathan Fogel of Fogel Family Law, who's probably got a story about something like
sure he
this in
does.
one of the divorces that he has handled. So Jonathan Fogel, Fogel Family Law, coming up. Part 2 of War of the Roses next on KDWB. Making the call on War of the Roses in a minute. I'm looking at text messages and phone calls all about chlamydia. Somebody said, "I'm a nurse. Chlamydia is treated with antibiotics. It's super easy to take care of nowadays." Another one says, "I've never even heard of test results being emailed like that." Another one, at KDWB1 53921. I always like when you put your name on there, too, so I can put a human name with you. But, what do you do your thing? The only way you're going to get clapped from a toilet seat or treadmill is if you have sex on it.
Okay. All right, there you go.
There is a reason why you only have to notify partners about C, not full contact tracing, cheating. I'm not sure I understand that. When I work in an ER, it's so common, and you can only get chlamydia from sex, and you don't always have symptoms. Interesting. Somebody's on the phone to give us a little feedback. We're going to make the call. We're going to talk to Jonathan Fogel in a couple of seconds, and I'll bet you Jonathan Fogel's got a story about some sort of STD.
Oh, I'm sure,
and
Dave.
how that affected a divorce. Molly, what's your take on War of the Roses? What's going on, Molly?
Telling the person who answered, I work in marketing, and so I can Photoshop. And as a very good person who would never cheat on my husband, I have been tempted to change documents. I can't really remember the last one I was tempted to change. I think maybe my dog's cat records or something for them to fly. But so if you have that skill and you're a shady person, it would take 12 milliseconds. It would be the easiest thing to do.
So photoshopping something like that for a guy that knows how to do it would be like click, 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 done.
brainless. Yeah. Easy.
Okay. I want you to Photoshop a couple of things for me.
Okay.
Decent
Off
amount.
the
Number
air.
one.
Off the air.
No, well, no, I mean, just want to check it. Can you do something like back injury so I can be on disability and stay at home?
I do like that.
Can you do that?
Maybe a fraud issue, but
Can you Photoshop me like going off a jump over at Afton and landing it wrong and then I break like a leg? Nothing serious, but
Jeez.
anything like that?
yeah, that's easy.
Do you think that people are annoyed right now with me for wasting time when they have to get into work for War of the Roses and I'm delaying them, Molly? Do you think that's something you can fix?
I mean, I want to hear what happens, so let's get to it.
I have a couple of more questions.
Yeah.
All right. But thank you, Molly. Have a great day, okay?
Wait, Molly, can you Photoshop my stepson Dylan into a rowing photo so that he can get to a good college?
That kid's not going to college.
Whatever. Maybe not, huh?
Here we go. Let's make the phone call on War of the Roses.
A dozen long stem romantic roses. You can choose the color. We actually have options, but usually they're red because they're romantic roses. We'll get to that, and we'll get the mailing address from you in a second. But first, who will be the recipient of these beautiful roses?
Okay, I have no interest in paying for anything. I'm actually busy working right now.
Oh no! It's since you already took the survey. It's a free and like basically our gift to you for taking the time to participate in that survey.
So I just want to make sure this is completely free.
Yeah, totally free. So we'll send those out. All we have to get is the name, what color you want, the address, and then, of course, like a little note like we include in roses, and those will be sent out by the end of the week. We're not asking for a credit card or anything.
Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Could we send it to Ashley? And for the notes,
Yeah,
how about to the sweetest girl I know?
perfect.
Cool.
I love hearing how sweet she is.
It's just like such a watershed moment right here, Fallon. And by that, I mean things are going to change now. Yeah, Brad, I hate doing this bit. I hate letting people know that it's not really a survey with free roses and that it was basically us listening along with your girlfriend, Carrie, as you sent the roses that are romantic red roses to some woman named Ashley. But my name's Dave, and I work at a radio station here called KDWB, and that's Fallon.
Hello.
She doesn't work at the survey company or anything like that. But we got a phone call from your girlfriend, Carrie, and Carrie is listening right now to hear who you would send roses to. Carrie, do you want to just mention to Brad that you're there?
Hey, this sucks. Hi.
Hi. I don't really understand what's going on. I mean, I was, I just was giving roses to a friend of mine.
Yeah,
like-
I called the station to ask them for help because I was pretty sure you were cheating on me, and now I know that you're cheating on me, and I knew it, and I'm still upset about it. And
Well, I'm not cheating on you. I sent roses to a friend of mine. This is we're offering free roses.
You are.
I was gonna buy you roses. Like I don't need free roses for you. I like to spend my money on you. Like
no, Brad, you just
I've never
stop,
heard that one before.
please.
That's a good one. I don't want free roses for you. I want to spend money on you.
Yeah, love you.
Well, Brad, I want to back up just a little bit. And she had told us
okay.
that.
Well, before you back up, who are you? Like who are you to get in the middle of my relationship?
I'm just your local neighborhood DJ, and we do this thing
I've
every.
never heard of you.
Oh,
Okay, well that's fine. Not everybody has. Last week we had a guy who'd never heard of KWB, so
cold-blooded.
we work at a radio station, and we do this every week where somebody thinks their partner is cheating, and they do the survey with the free roses, and then they either pick the right person or the wrong person. You picked the wrong person and said you're the sweetest girl I know. But she was talking about Carrie talked about the chlamydia, and she talked about how she had chlamydia. She asked you if you had it, and then you had a negative test. You said to her, you must have got it from a toilet seat. You remember saying that, right?
I mean, yeah, I remember saying that. Yeah, because there's no way I have chlamydia. It just doesn't make
then
sense.
you went to get a test, and she was thinking, honestly, that you had faked a Photoshop of the negative test results to get her off your back. But we said, well, what kind of a person would do that?
That seems like a lot of work. Like why? Like I don't. Why would I do that?
Did you go get tested for chlamydia? None of my business. I know you're talking to a stranger. Did you go get tested?
Yeah, I like honestly, I don't. This is none of your business, and Carrie, I can't believe you would do this. Put it on the radio like this. And
Don't turn this on me. Just please.
Well, it's ridiculous, but you know what? Honestly, you call me on the radio, so I guess I'll be honest with you right here. No, I never got tested. Okay, I did. You were just bugging me about this, and clearly I knew I didn't have chlamydia, so I made a thing.
But you did. You did have chlamydia, and you gave it to me.
So you
Please tell me the truth, please.
I didn't get tested. I mean, I made a fake test because, I don't feel like I have chlamydia.
So
you didn't think it was important to find out for sure?
No. Why would it be
I deserve
important?
that?
I don't have it. I don't have it.
Okay.
Are you still hooking up? If you're still hooking up with Brad and he has not been tested or treated for chlamydia, then you can't do that. You got to use a condom.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
Okay, Dr. Love.
Done.
So you're done then, Carrie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
I'm done. No, I'm done. I don't need someone who would call a radio station and accuse me of having chlamydia. Come on now,
Well, she got it somewhere.
That feels very much like you can't fire me. I quit.
Yeah, it's like she got it from somewhere. You never even got tested.
Allegedly.
You sent roses to someone else. Okay.
Allegedly.
No, because even Brad, even if you don't actually have chlamydia, let's say you're not cheating on me and you don't have chlamydia and you haven't been lying to me, you're not doing a good job of making me feel better, and you never have. And even if you're telling the truth, this sucks. This feels bad. It sucks, and I don't deserve this, and I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore.
I don't feel good that you're calling me and accusing me of something on the radio. So you know what? Maybe look in the mirror.
Okay.
And there it is. War of the Roses on KDWB.
It's never good when it ends with a sigh.
What do you think? Couple of text messages. Somebody says, I've never heard of you. Yeah, okay. What rock do you live under? This guy is a selfish monster. It's her health, says Kay. And somebody else says, oh, my God, who's never heard of KWB and Dave Ryan? This guy's a moron and a total cheater. And then somebody says, busted. Somebody said in high school I used to Photoshop my report cards.
Oh, my God.
I can confirm it's very easy. Let's talk to an attorney about this. Counselor, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Do you guys actually get called counselor? Or is that just in movies?
It's mostly in movies. Like most things, that happen in movies, it doesn't really happen in real life.
We've been watching, Dave and I've been watching Your Honor.
I get called a lot of things. Most of them are not very nice.
Okay. Well, Dave and I have been watching the TV show Your Honor, and we are basically professionals. We know how courtrooms work now. I'm basically a judge, so I would show you that respect.
I think you're ready to sit on the bench and preside over all those cases. That's a good show, though. I do like that.
It is a good show. So you heard the War of the Roses, chlamydia, STDs, things like that. He's in Costa Rica, by the way. There's a little bit of a delay, and he's having a little trouble hearing us.
Costa Rica, lucky.
He's in Costa Rica. We'll talk about that another time. But tell me your story, your experience with STDs and courtroom cases and divorces.
Yes, well, first of all, this story about an STD is not a personal story. I'm going to get that out of the way.
Of course not.
This was a case that I had heard about. But there was a case where a wife was awarded about $300,000 from her husband who gave her genital herpes. He knew he had it, did not give her a warning that he had it, and then passed it to her, and it went to a trial, and the court awarded her about $300,000 in damages based on the fact that he gave this to her, and that based on the amount of medical costs that it might take to cure that or help her with it.
That's so messed up. You have to be a special kind of awful person to do that, because not passing chlamydia, but chlamydia is something you can get rid of. But genital herpes, that's with you for life. So that's messed up.
Yeah, and there's also cases where people have been criminally charged for transmitting sexually transmitted diseases such as HIV and other diseases. You can be charged criminally if you do it intentionally.
Okay.
Wow, but they'd have to show intent.
Wasn't even Usher sued because he has herpes, and I'm pretty sure people he's been with sued him.
I think so. They've done a good job of keeping that under wraps.
Yeah. The other story I had was people faking tests, right? This guy on your show today, Brad, went and made this fake test. But I've had cases where not an STD test, but where people have had to go in and get drug tests or 12-panel tests to see if they have any kind of drugs in their system. I've had cases where they've sent their siblings, someone that looked like them, somebody that would pass a test in order to get a clean test, and then gave it to their spouse or even gave it to the court as evidence.
If you do that and you get caught, I'm going to guess there's severe penalties that probably don't make it worth it. So,
not worth it at all. The penalties are so severe. You could lose your kids. You could lose a lot of things. Just, it's better to own up to it and take care of it.
And maybe you have a divorce that you're thinking about or considering because life is not perfect and the world is not perfect, that doesn't involve any STDs or fake tests or anything like that. It's just for whatever reason you're going to go your separate ways. Get a hold of Jonathan Fogel. That's our man on the phone right now from Fogel Family Law, Fogel. Set up the free consultation, and Jonathan will kind of walk you through the whole thing. And he's been doing this for 25 years. He knows what he's doing. Get somebody with the experience on your side. And get a hold of Jonathan, FogelFamilyLaw.com. Hey, safe travels down in Costa Rica.
Thank you so much. I look forward to, I would say I look forward to getting back, but I really don't.
Liar. Lies. Thanks, Jonathan. Take care, buddy.